Alors, la salle sur demande. Ça, c'est oui.
We kind of went casual mode on the outfit here, wearing a nice jumper. And I think that's a good jumping off point for the personalization of the space as well.
Oui, il différencie magie ancienne et magie noire, ouais. C'est ce que j'ai entendu.
Actually, this space is a place that you can make your own.
Yeah, it was super important to us that this space really did feel like
à voir aussi un petit peu. Ouais, c'est Neuville long du bas.
Change the architecture in here.
What?
This is yours.
Oh my God! What? This is beautiful. We never expected that to be. Oh my God.
Et c'est vrai, il y a l'autre qui s'appelle Petit Gros. Putain, c'est pas bien.
You can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and tables, and rugs, and just a bunch of little things that really flesh out the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness, because like we had an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change, but you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like, there's a furniture store?
Yeah, so we call them conjurations. And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade. But also as you engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded with different objects.
That's so cool. And you change color?
You can
C'est
change
vraiment
the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my God, it's so tiny. It's like for Baby Niffler.
And I love how the system too is designed. It's not
si on a les animaux fantastiques en plus, ça serait incroyable. Genre t'es dans une valise ou un truc, ça serait incroyable. Je pense qu'ils l'ont fait quand même. Il doit y avoir un truc. Parce que ça, vu que ça a l'air d'être le jeu ultime. Ça c'est top ça. Ça va être incroyable de faire la salle sur demande.
Really nice because the magic in the wizarding world is everywhere. It's physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. We really wanted to nail that whimsy in this space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things.
Il y a des gens qui vont faire des trucs incroyables.
But you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you can change the look of
C'est trop bien.
As well.
L'animation est géniale.
As we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these like kind of nurturing-based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like rates put on it, which I believe Alan can talk to.
Oh, yeah. We keep bringing up appearance.
Eh bien, on va passer des journées sur cette salle, mais oui. Regardez le temps que j'ai passé sur Animal Crossing, s'il te plaît.
But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially, we just know that clothes and different items in the Wizarding
dingue le
world
nombre de
have
possibilités.
And as you explore and as you adventure and as you defeat enemies,
mais c'est la profondeur de ce que le jeu propose est incroyable.
And that can help you in your journey and are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so
there's a huge list.
And not all the time.
Vraiment l'aspect RPG quoi, y a pas de souci. Hein.
Whenever you get
J'ai un peu de mal avec ce genre de menu. Finalement, tu vois. Mais bon, à voir. Après, vu qu'il y a du craft, à mon avis, comptez un double temps de jeu. Ah non, on va pas s'ennuyer, je vous le dis. Hein. Ah mais comptez sur moi, c'est let's play intégral de A à Z, on va se faire kiffer là. Ah, attendez-vous à avoir au moins 50 épisodes, hein. Au moins, d'1 heure, 2 heures chacun. Minimum. Hein. Que ça soit clair. Hein.
And when you set up a loom, it's an ability to essentially customize exactly which magical properties are on your gear.
Ah, cool.
And take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it, or cosmetics, we've been referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use and you can.
C'est tellement le jeu Harry Potter qu'on attend depuis.
So if you get a piece of gear, you put it on, you look like that.
Bien,
but you can
bien
change
sûr.
It to look like whatever you want.
Naïgo, à ton avis.
And like you can just put some ability to this sweater, but then you can just swap.
Yeah.
That ability.
Yep, and the appearances you can edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really specific abilities that blend in nicely with where you're trying to go with your combat fantasy or talents and things like that.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that they're just like pumpkin fur.
Ah mais on va passer tellement de temps.
Where does that come from?
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section.
C'est ça que je voulais voir.
Inside this kind of bigger space on the inside idea. And so you can see here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn and a mooncalf and a niffler.
Oh, ça! C'est pas dans une valise, mais c'est pareil.
Oh my god, he's just like a...
C'est pas dans une valise, mais c'est pareil. C'est tout comme.
Oh my god, they're together. Oh, that's so cute.
They are adorable. And so
C'est bon, meilleur jeu, c'est bon, laisse tomber.
Well, but feeding them too.
Laisse tomber, mais laisse tomber.
That's when they feel safe enough that they'll give you their magical ingredients.
Mais
so
laisse tomber.
Fur, niffler fur, etc. That can then be used in your gear.
That is like so like intuitive because
non mais laisse tomber. Enfin,
because when you touch the animals, you get some fur leftovers. That's so. Oh my god.
Yeah, and we really want to hammer home the fact that this is like a home that you're making for them. So in the overland, you can find these beast dens and rescue these beasts. Part of doing so is brushing them and feeding them food as well, and to build that relationship with.
Je suis fan aussi.
In addition to be able to care for beasts, you can actually conjure things in this space as well.
The house, the cottage.
Yeah, right. And so we have like a lot of little ornaments in this area, and a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization of this space.
Oh my goodness, no, this is like, I'm gonna spend 8 hours just designing this whole area to personalize. This is like cool, it's like you have this little play area, like a personalized.
Putain, mais on va y passer tellement d'heures dans ce truc.
Just for the creatures, I love it.
Yeah, no, totally. And there's like a decoration aspect, but there's
Non, mais s'il te
also,
plaît.
we were saying inside as well, is there's a utility aspect to it too. So as you progress in the game and you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process. So one of them, for example, is the food processor, which allows for the beast in the space to automatically get feed, so you don't have to do it manually. And so you're really building the progression for yourself here. In addition, there's also a toy box where you can play with your beasts. You'll see here, yeah. So you can, there's a bunch of toys in it, and each beast has their own favorite toys.
Gauthier 2023, ça va être compliqué, hein.
Really likes the moon ball, or the Neasel as like a little cat, really likes to chase the yarn ball.
Oh la vache.
And they're super cute.
Oh my god.
Watching them, it's so cute.
And the big thing we really wanted to hammer home is that the world is a dangerous place. And so by going and rescuing these beasts and bringing them back here and caring for them, you're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who hunt these beasts for their material. So instead, you're caring for them. You're giving them a home.
Right. Oh my god, this graphorn is just gigantic.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux faire? Mais qu'est-ce que tu veux faire? C'est la poker récré, c'est ça?
You could actually name them as well. So like.
C'est ça, c'est la poker récré, c'est ça.
So getting back into that personalization, you know, yeah, we didn't want you to just like throw in, oh, here's a graphorn in here. Like, this can be named whatever Andrew's about to name them. Bruce.
Bruce, a good name.
You know, we've created this really nice space, and you can get additional vivariums, correct, to different kind of aesthetics and looks to where you're keeping your beasts and caring for them.
Progression is a big part of this space as well. So as you progress through the story, you will unlock more vivariums. So as you can see, this one's quite meadow themed, big, open, bright, but there's other ones, say like a swamp that you might encounter. And it's really a visual effect.
C'est incroyable.
More space for
En vrai, c'est vraiment incroyable ce qu'ils ont fait.
Oh, so it's like so when we're inside the room requirement, there's like on the left, there's that moon.
Ah, je suis sur le cul aussi.
From one entrance and then some
Genre vraiment.
going on in the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Ah, oh, you put trees in here too. Oh my goodness.
Non mais tu peux modifier les arbres aussi, mais ça n'a aucun
and another
sens,
thing
putain.
with the beast care that I think is great, you know, tying back to the same kind of thing that you did with like the broom, where the broom is not just a method of travel, it's actually built in and integrated into the world. in the same way, like Beast Care isn't just this added element. You're not just throwing it on top. There's really this like narrative and integration.
Et c'est beau en plus. Hein.
Yeah, everything connects. So as you progress through the missions, you'll expand the space. As you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and.
Ah, on a enfin notre jeu Harry Potter ultime, clairement.
Unlock the gameplay here and unlock.
La version Nintendo Switch sort le 25 juillet.
Play around with in the open world. It's in those different environments, like the different combat and conflicts and bandit camps and different things like that exist in the Overland. Those things are what hold recipes that exist in the loom. So all these things have a way of connecting. Moonstone that you find out in the world is the resource that we use to conjure everything. That's found throughout the world.
C'est hallucinant.
Are used for recipes. So really everything's like a
Je trouve ça hallucinant ce qui a été
But even
fait.
with the story that's being told too, I think people know who Poppy is and that she has a particular affinity for beasts.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything we're seeing here, you're going to be venturing out into the world, and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, even of kind of like your interactions with beasts in that narrative. So, you bringing up Poppy, they're more.
Comment tu veux améliorer ce genre de jeu après s'il y a déjà tout dedans?
And things to discover out in the world that have to do with her and that have to do with caring for beasts, and so different characters have their own stuff.
Il y a tellement tout dedans, s'il te plaît.
That just kind of make this all just kind of like the beginning of your journey.
Well, we could spend hours in here, but we're gonna have to end the stream now. What do you think?
Ah oui, je confirme qu'on peut passer des heures.
I mean, I'm just so blown away by how beautiful it looks. The open world seems so detailed and there's so many things to do. And